Perfect. Now I'm on. All right. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I'm here, yeah. Okay, cool. Hey, everybody. Happy happy Friday. I hope y'all are doing okay. So I am on Facebook. I'm on Insta, and then I'm also on Facebook and YouTube now. So we're good to go. Okay, so everything should be coming through okay. So for those of you who are just tuning in or this is your first time, so let me catch up here. You can ask me whatever you want, so just be specific with your question. If your question isn't specific or pertaining to a specific situation or issue that you're asking clarity for, I'm just going to skip you over. So that's your risk to take if you want to ask a general question, but just be specific. If you're asking about your health, your finances, career, and work relationship, be specific about what exactly, either one of those things. If you are asking about a loved one in spirit, let me know who you want to connect with, and I will try to connect to that person and bring through a message of affirmation and confirmation that they're with you and that they are still around. So I will do my very best to give you a message from them. If you are on YouTube and on Facebook, you might get hit by a troll just because they're still hidden people. And apparently I don't have the luxury of banning anybody through the app that I'm using or the program that I'm using. I don't have the luxury of banning, so I thought I did. I don't. It only works for like YouTube. That's it. Doesn't work for Facebook, which is where all the crap is happening. So I'm like, okay, really, guys? So that's where that's at. What else? Oh yeah, if you this is your first time showing up, check out my website, fernandomaron.com. A lot of people will come to the lives and they want a reading and they want to ask their question, etc. But some people just want to go directly and book an appointment or just have some time with me. So you can get there. Just go to my website. Everything's on there. All of the details, etc. It's all on there. So you don't have to worry about messaging or trying to get further information through like a direct message. Just go to my website. It's all there. That's where you can sign up for the podcast. That's where you can sign up for the podcast. That's where you can sign up for the newsletter. You can access my podcast through there as well. Why is this? Okay. You can access my podcast through there as well. You can also check out my YouTube content as well. I'm about to put out some more videos out as well. Articles, all of my articles on my blog are on my website as well. So you can literally go to my website. Everything is linked to that. FYI. What else? Oh, if you can do me a favor and give me either a like, a thumbs up, or if you can give me hearts if you're on Instagram, and if you can send this video to whomever, whether it's your followers or just people that you think might use, if you know of people who might want to have a reading with me, send it to them so that way they have access to it because it's just the easiest way to connect to the video. What else? I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. So let's get started because let's get started because I'm already running behind anyway. So let's go through here. So let me catch up here. So I'm going to start over here on Facebook and on YouTube since they were having to wait longer. Adriana, hey Ferny, do you see me having my first baby anytime soon? I see baby energy around you in about 7 months. So give it about 7 months, because I feel like in about 7 months there's baby energy around you, which could mean a pregnancy at that time or you celebrating your baby shower. I don't think it's a baby because, you're not pregnant yet. So, but I see baby energy around you in 7 months. I just took a shower, that's why. So I'm all fresh because I just took a shower because I went walking and then I came back and I was like, I gotta take a shower. So, hues of love and light. Love your hair. Thank you. Question, will my father speak to me ever again? Yes, I do believe that your father will speak to you. However, it is going to feel very sporadic or feel very iffy for the next couple of years. So the next couple of years for you might be a little bit iffy, but then after that, I think there seems to be an improvement with the connection with your father. So you might need to just be patient and wait and keep trying as well. Batty on YouTube. Hey Fern, do you think I'm making the right decision by taking another gap year? It's your decision, it's your choice. You have to live with the consequences of that. However, I don't feel like you're going to take a complete gap year. I feel like you're probably going to only do 6 months and then something changes at the 6 month mark. So even though you might be intending to take an entire year, I only see 6 months. So I'm thinking you're only going to be doing about a 6 month period instead of a full year. Jackie Guerra, hey Ferny, any messages from my popo? Yes. So the first thing he's acknowledging is he's bringing up a dog. So I don't know if you just got a new dog or you're about to get a new dog, but there's a reference to that. And it feels like it's a living dog. So if you have a dog, you might be getting a new one soon, or pay attention to what your dog's doing because there might be something there. He also keeps showing me a piece of leather that feels like it's a strap of leather. So I don't know if this is a belt or if this is some sort of like a leather strap that might be connected to your pupil. So there's something there as well because I'm seeing that also. There's also a picture of him. He's acknowledging a picture where I feel like either he's next to I don't know if it's a tire or if it's like a barrel. It's almost like I'm seeing him, and then I'm seeing this circle thing right next to him in the picture. But I don't know if this circle thing is like a tire or a big tire. It doesn't feel like it's a regular tire. It feels like it's a big tire. Or a wheelbarrow or a wagon wheel. But there's something there that he's making reference to because he's acknowledging that. So you might have to look into that as well. Okay. He is showing me balloons, so someone's birthday might be within the next 30 days, forward or backwards. And he may be trying to acknowledge that as well. Daisha Morales. Hey, Ferny, my boyfriend Leo has cancer. Do you know if everything is going to be okay? Thank you so much. I feel like he can overcome it. So I get a feeling that he can overcome it and he'll be able to. I do think that there's going to be two types of treatments he's going to have to pursue, or he's going to have to do. He's also going to, the treatment I feel like he can do. He can overcome it is how I feel. The biggest problem for him is changing his lifestyle habits, because his lifestyle habits are going to have to be changed drastically, and that may be where he really struggles, especially with sugar consumption. So he either has to reduce his sugar consumption or they're going to get on him about sugar. But I do think that there's going to be, that's going to be the hardest part about it. So that may be the thing that you may need to help him with. Yeah, Kamal. Hi, Ferny. Missing my grandfather, Wally. Any messages from him? Need a confirmation he's around. My family's been going through a lot. Yeah, the first thing he's shown me his hand. I don't know if there is either a tattoo or a marking on his hand, because he's showing me, I feel like I'm seeing a hand, and then he's showing me this. He's doing this. So there's something there he's trying to make reference to, unless he was having issues with his hand. But there's a reference there. He also keeps, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging two different types of jewelry that I would associate, but it doesn't feel like jewelry. One of them feels like either a beaded necklace or prayer beads, so there might be something there that's connected to him. And then there's another piece of jewelry that might actually be a necklace or something that is representative of him in necklace form, though it may not be something that you got before his passing. So it might be something that was achieved after his passing, or that was made after his passing. But I'm seeing something like this because he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps showing me, interesting, there might be, thank you, someone might end up having a dream of him where there's like a lotus or a flower that's kind of like, I feel like it's like, yeah, it reminds me of a flower, because I'm reminded of when you look at like images of water and the lotus flower, etc. So I'm seeing that, but I'm seeing his face. I don't know if there's a picture of a flower and his face like overlapping each other, or if there's just like a dream where there's his face with a flower in front of it. There's something there that he's trying to make reference to. He has also shown me the number 7. So I want to say that, is it 7 or 27? I think it's the 7. So it might be the 27. Let me say. I think it's the 7. Either the 7th of a month, or the month of July is significant, or the 27th of a month is significant. But that's how I'll leave it with you, because I'm seeing that 7, but I'm going to add a 2 to it as well. He also keeps, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging a small elephant. It almost feels like a little porcelain elephant, or some little animal that feels like it's a small porcelain animal, but I think it's an elephant. So there may be a reference to that as well. Okay. Let's see. Chelsea Garza. Hi, Ferny. Curious if you see me getting married before I'm 30, and if more children are in my future. I don't see you getting married before you're 30. I do see marriage for you around 32. So like two more years than that. So I feel like you might be 2 years past the 30 mark before there's marriage. So I'm thinking that 32-ish is when I'm seeing marriage. Okay. More children in your future? I see 2, so I don't know how many children you have, but I want to say I see 2. So if you already have 2, then you're done. If you don't have 2 yet, then you're going to get 2. But I feel like I see the number 2, so I'm thinking it's 2. Christina Garza. Hey, Ferny. I hope you're well. Do you see a relationship for me soon, or should I stay single? It's up to you if you want to stay single. What I would say is don't make it a big deal. I think relationships are overrated. That's what I think. I feel like romantic relationships are obsession with the idea of a soulmate and twin flames, and I think all of that crap is so overrated because people get so obsessed with the idea of a relationship and love when they should be focusing on the things that make them passionate in their lives. And quite frankly, another person shouldn't be pressured into having to be that for all of us when it comes to making us happy. It's not another person's job to make us happy. We have to make ourselves happy. And if you're in a relationship with someone who isn't really the best fit, but you're trying to make it work because of the idea of wanting to be in a relationship and you think they're supposed to be different so that they can make you happy, you got problems. They don't have the problem. It's your problem. You're the issue. Get the hell out of the relationship. Learn how to make yourself happy. Learn how to be happy with yourself, and then try a relationship again. Which is what I'm saying here, Christina. I don't think this is applying to you, but I needed to say that. So what I'm trying to say with you, Christina, is I do feel like there will be an opportunity for a relationship. There's two actually opportunities. One comes up in around 6 or 7 months from now. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. No, I don't think it's in 7 months. I think it's in July. So I want to say this is in July. So I think there might be an opportunity with someone that might be a friend actually, who may express interest in you or let you know that they have a crush on you in about July. That's one. But that person may not be 100% like knowing what they want. And so you might feel a little bit like I'm just dragging my feet with this one. The second one I think comes up, or the next one comes up around February of next year. And it may actually be something where you're like kind of thrown in with another person, meaning that either you're put in a situation where you have to meet this other person and then y'all hit it off, or someone sets you up on a date. But that comes up next year around February of that time. Let me jump over here. Ferny, yes, Ferny. Make me laugh. Let's see, go through here. Oh God, there's so many. Bouncing around here, bouncing around. Woohoo! Hey, Ferny. Hey. Oh, I think everybody's happy because they got their stimulus checks today. That's what I think. I think for those of you who got stimulus checks, but I think I heard a lot of people were happy. It's funny because this morning I was just checking my account just to check it. I wasn't really checking for the stimulus. I was just checking to see something, and then it wouldn't let me load. I was like, what the hell is going on? And it was Wells Fargo. It like froze up, all kinds of crap. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh God, please don't tell me this is what I saw. Because last year I had been telling people that I kept seeing some issues going on with some of the major banks, including Wells Fargo. And I think I even made a post about it. So I've been expecting some weird like Wells Fargo itch. And I was thinking maybe I should move my money to Chase. So you know what goes on in the mind of a psychic. I'm like, well, if I'm mistaken or if I'm wrong, then I would have gone through all that trouble for nothing. Because I have my personal account with Wells, and then I have my business account with Chase. And so... And I like Chase. I actually prefer Chase, but there's no Chase like bank location in New Mexico, believe it or not. That's how like small we are. And so I was like, well, if I have to do anything at the actual bank, I would have to travel someplace to do something with Chase. So I was like, so I just left everything with Wells Fargo. So I've been expecting like some craziness to happen with Wells Fargo. And then today when I logged on, it wouldn't let me log on. They were saying that there was a blackout or whatever. I was like, oh my God, maybe this is what I was seeing. And I'm like, oh my God, it's all ruined. And so no, it's fine. But nothing's happened with Wells Fargo since I made that prediction. But we'll see. But yeah, I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm going on a random tangent, guys. I'm like, what am I talking about? I'm just talking, people. I'm just talking. Sometimes I get used. See, here I go again. Sometimes I get used to people treating me like a machine. Like, I'm gonna spit this out at you. Tell me fast. You know, like sometimes people treat me like a machine, and so sometimes I want to interject. Like, hey, I'm still human, peeps. I'm still human. So don't get twisted because this machine has an off button, and I got control of the off button. So remember, I'm still a human being, y'all. So, but that's why I just wanted to like interject some of my day there, I guess. Abel's Roxanne. Abelos Roxanne, I think that's what it's saying. There's a guy who I've been seeing for a while now. Does he care about me the way I care about him, or is he playing games? I don't think he's in a rush. I think that you're putting too much pressure on it. This is probably what I was talking about earlier. I think that you're putting too much pressure or you're expecting too much. Here's what I will say. Most people's relationships fail within the first 3 months of getting involved. Not because there's a magic number to 3 months, but because most people go into a relationship super happy and like, oh my God, this is the one. And so they build up an entire like life story in the first few weeks of meeting that person. They get together with them and nobody wants to be alone, right? Everybody wants to have that connection with somebody else. So then people get happier, they get excited, and they present a version of themselves in the relationship in the first 3 months of a false self. I have to be my best self. So I can't fart. I can't have bad skin. I can't not wear makeup. I can't do this. I can't do like there's a false version of ourselves that we present in the first 3 months of a relationship. After that, that's when shit gets real. Once things start to get real, people start to realize, I don't think I want to be involved with this person, or this person's crazy, or this person has some anger issues. I don't want to deal with that, or she doesn't know how to talk to me. So that's when things start to go south. And so within the 3-month period, I don't really take a relationship seriously until you make it past like the 5th or 6th month. That's when I'm like, okay, this is starting to head in a more serious direction. So for those of you who have only been together with somebody for like the first 2 or 3 months, you think it's serious, like wake up, wake the hell up, because you lying to yourself and you're not being a real person. So wait 5 months, then you can start to get more excited. If you can make it past the 5-month mark, you have reason to get excited, because at that point, that's a pretty good sign that there's something there. But to answer your question, Avalos, I think he likes you. I think he feels affection for you, and I will call it that. I don't think he's in love with you. I just think that he's comfortable, and I think it's working for him the way that it is. That doesn't mean that there isn't the potential for it to grow into more. It just may take a while, so you might have to have a lot of patience with that one. And if you do pressure him or try to push him, don't be surprised if he like pulls back or detaches for a while, because that may be the way he deals with stuff. Okay. Yeah, I also think that you need to keep your eyes open, because if y'all need to have a clear understanding of commitment, or what being in a monogamous relationship is. I know you just said I've been seeing someone, but if you have an understanding that you're not going to be involved with anybody else, that needs to be crystal clear. If it's not, you probably need to understand whether that's a possibility for this guy in this relationship right now or not. As of right now, I'm not feeling like he's committed in the way where he wants to just focus on this. I actually don't think he's focusing much at all. I think he's just there, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to have a more committed, more like intense relationship, you're probably going to have to get him to come to that agreement in that way. Even if he says, are you talking to somebody? No, I ain't talking to anybody. Am I talking about? No, I ain't talking. That's not an agreement. An agreement is we need to come to an agreement that we're not going to talk to anybody going forward. That's an agreement. Not, are you talking to someone? No, I'm not talking. Well, he said he wasn't talking. He wasn't talking to somebody that week, but the next week he might have been talking to somebody else. So just FYI, that's what I'm talking about. Voodoo double OX. Hey Ferny, can you connect with my deceased friend Ryan? Thank you. Yeah. A couple of things. One is, I don't know if you practice, I know the name would indicate like voodoo, but I don't know if you practice ritual blessings, but I almost feel like he's acknowledging either a ritual blessing, or there might actually be two. So there might be 2 ritual blessings or 2 personal memorials. That I would call it that, because he's acknowledging 2 sacred rituals or 2 memorials, but I don't feel like it's public memorials. I feel like it's individual, like personal. He's also doing this, so I don't know if he had a special drink or there was a drink that he was really in love with. There might even be a picture of him with this drink, but he's acknowledging this drink or acknowledging this as well. He also keeps making reference, thank you. He has shown me the number 30, so either the age of 30 is significant or the 30th of a month might be connected, because he's acknowledging that as well. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging he's writing on my skin. That means that more than one person might have gotten a tattoo for him, but there may also be a sketch or a drawing that is actually also connected to him as well, where it might be like drawing something in honor of him or producing something like that in honor of him. There's a reference there as well. He's also doing this, so I don't know if you have a shirt of his or if people made shirts in honor of him, but he's almost doing a reference to this as well. Okay. He almost makes you feel like he talks to you, and you might actually hear him from time to time, and then actually like know what he is thinking or what he's saying. Elizabeth Ramos 81. Hey Fernie, do you have any messages from my grandfather Primo that passed in October? You're so amazing. I hope all is well. Oh, thank you. So from Primo, October. Yeah. So he's with three males. I'm sorry, he's one of three males because he's acknowledging three males total. So I want to say he's got two people with him who are past that are family members as well or on his level because he's acknowledging two males with him. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. He's closing my throat and he's squeezing this. Not sure if that meant that he was having issues in this area of his body or if there was a lack of ability to control or to affect these muscles because he's almost squeezing this area for me. He also keeps thank you. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. I'm thinking of my sister. My sister does not like to take medication, even though it's important for her. I'm not sure if he did not want to have to take medications or he was avoiding having to do all of that because it might have been too much for him. But that's the feeling that he's giving me. He also keeps acknowledging thank you. Interesting. When he was ill or he was in bed, someone might have had a habit of coming and moving his hand. This is gonna sound weird because I feel like my hand is being moved or someone is trying to move my hand. So if someone remembers doing that with him on a regular basis or they were doing adjusting him on a regular basis, he's probably acknowledging that, and he might even though he may have been fussy or he may not have cared for that, he's still saying thank you. So he's still wanting to acknowledge the effort or trying to consider his feelings or his needs, but he's still acknowledging this like moving of the hands or having to reposition him, and especially his hands because he's acknowledging feeling or knowing somebody coming in and doing that. Okay. Happy St. Patty's Day, Barbara or Barbie. Let's see if I can bring you on. Let me bring somebody on because we're starting to get to that time. Great. Now it's not letting me. Oh, cool. It is. So then I like just pressed on some other person, and then it brought up to the other person. So so I'm just going with whatever. So let's see if I can get her. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good, Mama. What did you want to ask me about?
Um,
Oh,
my grandpa. Okay.
I could barely hear you.
Can you hear me better now?
Much better. Thank you.
Okay, I have you connected to my speaker all the time. You're on.
I got it. Okay.
Basically, two questions. Do you have any messages from my dad or my grandpa, in regards to like of them being proud and that, just that? And
Yeah.
my spouse's best friend only just passed away as well. So if he has
Yeah.
any messages for him.
Yeah. First of all, let's start with the best friend for a second. Do you know if this was impact related or there was an incident that caused his passing?
Yes, there
Okay.
was.
Got it. So he's acknowledging that. He also keeps making me feel, thank you. Do you know if he was under the influence or he wasn't 100% there when this happened?
I believe so from what his wife has said. Yes.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging the number 13. Do you know if the 13th of a month is significant or January 3rd?
January 3rd. Not that I know of.
It's gonna sound weird, and you might have to ask your significant other. But when I thought of the 13th, I kept thinking of a movie called The 13th Floor, which I haven't seen a movie called The 13th Floor, but I was thinking about something called the movie The 13th Floor. I don't know if there is something about the number 13 or the 13th floor or 13th movie, but there's something there that he was acknowledging. So I'll leave that with you because you might have to ask him.
Okay.
He's writing on my skin. Do you know if there's plans for two tattoos for him?
I know his wife recently got a tattoo
Okay, got it. So he's just acknowledging he's aware of that tattoo, but there's another one that someone's about to get or someone's going to get a tattoo because he's acknowledging two of them. So there's a reference there. Tony, is there a Tony or an Anthony connection?
Oh, maybe from his side of the family, but nothing that I know of.
It's like Tony, Anthony, Antonio, Tomas. It could be Tomas. It's like a Tony or Tom sounding name. Tom sounding name. I want to connect it to your significant other's family. So that may actually be connected to his side of the family, but there may be someone there who's also passed who may have had has ties to that name. So just FYI with that, because I think the friend's trying to tell me who's there. So that's another
Okay.
thing. Let me talk to your dad for a second because your dad's like ringing a bell. He's actually ringing a bell. Do you know there's a funny thing about ringing a bell with your dad or something about like bells ringing?
Um, no, not
Okay.
I
It,
remember.
got it. The reason why I am bringing up the bells is because my partner has a Santa Claus, and the hand of the Santa Claus has a bell, and what he does is he rings it to get on my nerves. So there's something about a ringing of a bell or a bell that makes a ringing sound that is connected to dad, or he's trying to acknowledge us. Now, I could be wrong, and it could still be the friend, and I'm thinking I'm already talking to dad, but I still want to apply this to dad. So you may have to look into that. Your dad is acknowledging. Thank you. Do you know if the 7th of a month of July is connected as well?
That's my mom's birthday.
Got it.
The
So perfect.
July.
He's wishing her a birthday. So he's wishing her a happy birthday. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He also keeps, he's going back to the bell. This is your dad. So he's acknowledging that bell. So when you ask your mom, there may be something there that he's trying to acknowledge. It's almost like when you're trying to get people's attention, like, hey, like, listen, listen,
Yeah.
listen. Like, that's what he's doing. So he's almost doing that. He also, I keep smelling smoke. Did your dad smoke?
Um, yeah, in the past.
Okay, because I can smell smoke, so sometimes when he comes around, y'all may smell smoke. That may just be his way of letting y'all know that he's doing it again. So he's just like letting y'all know about that. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. He's doing this. Do you have a necklace or something that goes around the neck that's connected to that?
Yes, I do.
Got it. He's confirming that. He also keeps it, thank you. He's also showing me the month of February. Do you know if February or the 2nd of a month is connected?
Um, February? No.
Hmm. He's showing me a baby as well. So either someone is pregnant, there's a baby connection to February, or there's a reference to a baby in February, or the 2nd.
Um, not that I mean, no. I mean, my mom's been saying that she has a feeling I'm pregnant, but I've taken, and that's like
Have you
negative.
gotten a pregnancy test yet?
I just took one like 2 weeks ago, so
Okay, just making sure.
I don't.
Just
Not
making
that
sure. Here's what
I
I'm gonna say. It's very possible that there is a baby coming in February, which next February, or the 2nd of the month might be significant. I'm asking him if he can give me more about that because I'm not sure that's it.
yeah, no, not that I can think of.
The, do you have two babies, two kids?
I know I just have one right now.
Okay. There's
It's
something there's something about this because I kind of want to plug into with kids or babies. So there's something there that I'm missing or I'm not catching. But he's just acknowledging it, and I'll leave that with you because you may have to think about it. But there's a reference again to the 2nd and then babies. So there's acknowledgement there, and I don't think he's unless they both had two babies that they miscarried, lost, or terminated. He's acknowledging the babies with them. But normally, whenever they show me the symbol for it, I immediately will associate it. I didn't this time, so I'm not thinking that's it. I think it's something else, and I'm missing it. But I'll leave it there. Were you watching videos, or were y'all watching videos of your dad last week or the last week?
yeah, we were.
He says he was with y'all when you were watching the videos of him, so he's aware. So he's acknowledging that as well. Also, if there's a buzzer that starts to ring, again, I'm hearing bells, bee, or something buzzing, that's dad as well, because he says he likes to do that.
Yeah.
Cardinals are also connected to dad as well, so he likes to send cardinals to y'all.
Okay.
Okay? All right, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Um, let's go to Brooke. Let's see, books. Hello.
Hello, hold on, it's still connecting.
Sure, sure.
I don't know what's going on.
There you are. That's okay. I can still hear you. As long as I can hear you, that's all that matters.
Okay. I have a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've been trying for like the last week to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Um, I just want to know, is there any messages from my mom?
Mm-hmm. So the first thing she's acknowledged, thank you. First of all, mom is saying that she loves you. She also says that you need to make sure you take care of yourself because she says that you're kind of letting your health slip a bit and you need to make sure you do better for yourself. She also says that you don't have to end up like her. So I don't know if she has some serious health conditions that were affecting her, but she's like, don't end up like me. I want you to take care of yourself. She's showing me shells. I almost feel like I'm thinking of seashells. You know, there's a significance to seashells or a bracelet that's got shells on it. Got it. So she's acknowledging that. She also, thank you. She's showing me, remember Lamb Chop, the character with the little sheep? So she's showing me Lamb Chop play along. Okay, so she's doing
That
that.
was
So
my favorite show as a kid. I
got
had
it.
a little lamb chop.
Perfect. She's acknowledging the Lamb Chop, so she's making reference to that character or Lamb Chop. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps referencing, I don't know if this is 11 or 17. I'm going to go with 17. Do you know if the 17th of a month is connected?
She died on like the day before the 18th of November.
Okay. She might just be trying to get me close enough to it. Oh, November. That's the 11th. Ah, I know what you're saying now. Okay, got it. Because I thought I was seeing it. Because sometimes when I see 17, I think it's 11 as well because of the top part. She might just be trying to get me to November, and I was thinking it was the 7th, but she might just be trying to get me there. She's just acknowledging that. Was there a procedure or something that she should have considered or she should have thought about, but she decided against it?
She was supposed to get a heart pacer before she died.
Got it. Because she's acknowledging the procedure she should have gotten or she should have had that would have made all the difference in the world. She does not want anyone to feel guilty or to feel bad about it because she makes me feel as if things happened the way they were supposed to. As much as it's painful for her because she didn't want to leave, she makes me feel that it was her time to go. So she's acknowledging that. She also is writing on my skin. Do you know if there are 3 tattoos or a tattoo that's 3 parts that is three.
So there's that for her. That's her
Perfect.
birthstone. And I also have the time and like the date that she passed away on my other tattoo for her.
Got it. Okay. Oh, got it. So she's
And my
acknowledging.
dad has a tattoo for her.
Perfect. So she's acknowledging 3 tattoos and then also the tattoo with the 3 parts, which I think yours have 3 feathers. That's a reference to her as well. I'm asking her about the feathers. She says that is also a sign. So feathers are going to be a sign from her. So look out for birds. Look out for feathers. She also says ladybugs as well because you might have had an experience with the ladybug and that was from her
I see
as well.
lots of ladybugs
Perfect.
lately.
She also says, thank you. She also says, did something funny happen where the corner of the bed fell or the frame fell to the corner? It's not weird.
I stubbed my toe on the corner
No, it's almost like I'm sitting on the bed or I'm moving it and I'm trying to move it and then like part of the bed fell off the frame and so we had to adjust it or reposition it. There's something about moving a bed and the frame collapsing. That's how she's acknowledging it. So you don't know what she's talking about. That's okay. I'm gonna leave that with you. But that's the way she was showing it to me because I was seeing a 4-corner thing and then the corner dropping. And that's
I just have a question. Was she there the day my daughter was born? Was she there with us?
She says that there's 2. The answer is yes, she was there. She actually says that thank you. Did you have a dream about her right around that time? Yeah, she says she was trying to let you know, yes. So she says she is aware of your daughter. She actually said she knew your daughter before she was born. So she says, who do you think, she's funny. She says, your daughter might have a really good sense of humor. Because she says, who do you think gave her the sense of humor? So she's going to acknowledge that with your daughter. But there's also another baby she wants to bring up as well. Was there another baby born since your passing or a baby lost?
I've had 3 miscarriages.
Okay. She's acknowledging another child as well with her as well. Now, here's the thing. You've had 3 miscarriages. That was all the same soul. So the same soul was trying to get back in, trying to be born to you. And that's what was going on with the 3 miscarriages. So it wasn't like 3 different souls. She's acknowledging three miscarriages. It's the same soul trying to get back in. But she's got the baby with her. So she's acknowledging that as well. She's also showing me a pendant necklace that is split or opens up 2 ways. Is there something that opens up or that splits
Yeah,
open?
there's a picture in it. There's
Perfect. Perfect. She's acknowledging the necklace as well. She's with you, sweetheart. She's with you. She also says that you need to not let yourself go into these ruts and get too depressed because she says she's been worried about that as well. She says you're not doing yourself favors by letting yourself get to this level. You need to she says you got a life to live. Live it because you're going to regret it if you go through life miserable or upset, and then you meet up with me, and you're gonna be like, I should have done this or I should have done that. She's like, yeah, you should have. So she's almost getting on you a little bit as well. She says she loves you and she's with you.
I love her too. Is one more question. My
Hmm.
friend Zach just recently passed away. He was actually thrown off a
Yeah,
balcony. Is
yeah,
he okay?
yeah. Here's the thing. Do you know if he was drunk or he was actually under the influence when this happened?
Probably.
Okay, because the way he makes me feel is it may have been set. Thank you. He says it may have been made out as if someone went and intentionally wanted to throw him off. He says it was more of a squabble that
He
led to
was
him going off, and
he
so it
was
was.
yeah, they broke into his house and threw him off the
Yeah,
balcony.
he makes me feel like it was a squabble, like he was fighting with them, and he ended up getting thrown off. But he doesn't make me feel like they were intentionally wanting to go in and throw him off. He makes me feel like there was a fight, and that's what led to him going over the edge. He also says that he knew the people who did this, and one of them. Thank you. Were there three connected to this, but two of them were there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows. He knows. He's okay, sweetheart.
We're still trying to figure out who did this to him.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling I know.
Yeah. All right, sweetheart. Well, I'm wishing you
Thank you
lots of
so
love.
much.
You're
I've been
welcome.
trying for like the last week or so to connect with you.
Oh, well, I'm wishing you love and healing, Mama, and you take care of yourself, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Going over here. Let's go to Stephanie. Let's see if I can get Stephanie on. Hello.
Hey, Ferny.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hey, I'm trying to get out of this house because you know my super Catholic family's gonna shit. Hold on.
Oh, I know. I know.
Okay.
It's funny. Like, even though I don't consider myself Catholic, I think I'm more Catholic now than I was when I was a Catholic. Like, I literally spend hours a day studying Christianity and Catholicism and Jesus. Like, I literally, look, here's the book I'm reading right now, the five Gospels. Look how thick that is. Like, I'm more Catholic now than I was when I was a freaking Catholic. Can you believe that? Yeah.
But you know they're judgmental,
Of
so I
course.
gotta
Well,
hide.
look at the kid that went and shot up all those people at the freaking salons, and he was like, "Oh, I'm a Catholic or I'm a Christian, and I had a bad day." I'm like, "That's not Christian, fool. You're mentally ill, and you're a mess up. So
Yeah.
you're just a crappy person." It just it pisses me off when they do stuff in like and think and use Christianity as a defense. It's not a defense, fool. You
I
know,
agree.
pisses me off. What do you want to ask me about?
I got two quick things, Ferdy. One, this is kind of odd. My sweet Mimo, you've read her before. She's like just perfect. She no longer lives in the house that my grandfather and her lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And my uncle and his, well, anyway, my uncle now lives in that home.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle called my Mimo freaking out that something's weird happening in the house.
Yeah.
And the things that are happening are things that my grandpa kind of did when he was living.
Yeah.
And it's freaking him out. I just didn't know if that was him or if he's just kind of making this up.
No, he's not making it up. It's real, but it's not your grandpa. Your grandpa's not going in there doing all these things. It's called an energetic imprint. What it means is whenever someone has essentially done an action every single day for an entire lifetime, it basically is like a dent in the couch. It creates an energy dent. So even if the person's long gone, it still resides there. So sometimes people who experience what they believe is a ghost is actually not a ghost. It's an imprint left behind. The reason why I know this is because that happened with my grandfather, where my grandfather always got up in the middle of the night and shuffled over to the bathroom, used it, and then went, and it was the exact same time every single night for like, what, 40 years? After he passed, my step-grandmother would say that every single night at the same time, she would hear that. But it's not like my grandfather was doing that because he wanted to prove he had to pee. It's because he left an imprint because there was just that gradual intention. It happens also in places where there's extreme events or traumas where someone's been murdered or whatever, but it's such a high level of energy that it impacts that space in that way. So it either can happen gradually over time or immediately with trauma event.
Okay. Well, the only like with lights flickering though too. Do you think that that's anything?
That's different. That's different.
Okay.
So that is, and again, the stuff that he's experiencing, some of the stuff that your grandpa would have done, that's your grandpa. The lights flickering, that has to do with interesting. How pissed was your grandma when she left?
Well, she wasn't I don't know what's going on. I think there's some drama, but I don't
Okay, I
know
feel like
because I
there's
don't know
drama
who's
with
all
this.
watching this. Oh,
Here's
there's
here's
drama with this, Fernie.
okay.
Let me tell you.
Here's why I think so, because people, when they're pissed, they can unintentionally curse a place because they basically are upset about it, and so their mind with that place has an association, and they are sending waves of energy. If your grandma was pissed when she left or when she was no longer going to be there, that could have left some energy there, but someone that's with your uncle or someone that's living there might actually be bringing some of this in with them, and they may just be sensitive, and they may actually be
Okay.
triggering some of this to happen. So it's like
Ah,
more than one thing happening simultaneously. It's not all the same. It's more than
yeah.
one thing happening simultaneously.
Okay, no, that kind of makes sense. And so the primary, let me ask you this. I know you got to go and you have many
No, you're
loves
fine.
that
But
want to talk to you.
yeah.
This is,
Oh.
I have been seeing so many repeating numbers. 444, five
Mm-hmm.
five five.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? I know, is
Mm-hmm.
there a message that I need to know?
So throughout our lives, not necessarily throughout our lives, there are things each of us kind of scheduled or we intentionally set up to experience because our soul desired for the experience. It's like when you go to school. If you want to be a doctor, you need to take these classes. Our soul wanted to go through these experiences because it's what it wanted. It desired that. And so
Right.
before we came into life, we plugged in those experiences at certain points in our lives. We still have
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot of control here, and we still have a lot of things that we're going to experience that aren't part of the plan, but there are still things we're intentionally going to experience. Whenever
Okay.
you get near one of these periods where you're going through experiences that are necessary for your soul's evolution, you're going to start to see these waves of alignments, because it's basically the universe or your higher self telling you, hey, doesn't matter what you're going through, positive or negative, what you're experiencing right now is necessary, and this is a part of the plan you're supposed to go through.
I
So
got
do the
it.
best you can, make the best of it, but it is what it's supposed to be. That's what that means.
Okay. That was beautiful. I get that. I
Mhm.
connect with that. Okay. That was good.
Yeah.
That's it, Fernie. You made my evening. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
you're welcome, sweetheart. Well, please take care of yourself, and I wish you well, Mama.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye
Fernie.
bye. All right, let's see. Farrington, Angela, Danny, when will I get pregnant? About 2 to 3 months. So I would say within 2 or 3 months, you might be getting pregnant because I'm seeing baby energy around you within that time frame. Um, Interesting. Sierra Love Life. I was trying to come to you for video, but for some reason you must be on a computer or you must be on something else because it's not letting me start a video with you. Your question is, can you connect with my boyfriend Tim who passed away? Yeah. The first thing he's acknowledging, thank you, is he is referencing, thank you. It's gonna sound weird. I don't know if you have a picture of him that's ripped or there's a picture that got torn somehow and he's acknowledging like a picture. So there might be actually something that he's making reference to. He also keeps acknowledging the 8th. So the 8th of a month may be significant, or the month of August might be significant. He's also acknowledging, thank you. He's also acknowledging, um, he showed me a double D or double B. Double D or double B. There's like something about double D or double B. I'm not sure what that means. I immediately want to think maybe it's like a there's a nickname associated with that, or he's making a joke. But that's how I want to go with it. He's apologizing because he makes me feel that there were some things he didn't tell you or some things he wanted to share with you. So there might have been some things going on in his life that he didn't let you know about, but he's apologizing for that or withholding information. He also keeps thank you. He is doing this. Don't know if he gave you a ring or he promised he would get you one, but he's just acknowledging that or making reference to that as well. He is drawing on my skin, but I feel like there's going to be at least 3 tattoos connected to him, but he is drawing on my skin, so there's a reference there as well. He's also putting his name next to a rose or next to a flower. So there may actually be either something sketched out or drawn out or a tattoo with him or his name next to a flower or a rose, because he's acknowledging that as well. Okay. He says thank you and he loves you. Okay, let's go over here. Go here. Let's see. Red Robin. I'll come back to you, Red Robin. Hello?
Monday, baby girl.
Hello? Jose?
Hello. Yeah.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey. It was a bit of a surprise. I didn't
Oh,
expect to get your video.
I'm here. I'm here. What you want to ask me about? I thought you were
Oh,
calling
baby
me a
girl.
baby girl. I was like, oh, I like being called a baby
Yeah.
girl.
I heard my daughter
Hey,
actually.
sweetheart. What you want to
Well,
ask me about?
um, there's a couple things that I
Hmm.
know that I had asked you a question last week. If have I ever been witchcraft due to the fact that a lot of things that's been happening to me occurring,
Hmm.
vehicles getting stolen from me, just I guess being clumsy in a way. But I just wanted to see if there's anyone actually kind of wish bad upon me. That's what I'm very
So
curious
let me
about.
tell you about this because a lot of
In the
people
month.
misunderstand this. People are forever like asking me, "Do I have a spell on me? Am I cursed, or someone put
Yeah.
magic on me?" Here's the thing with magic and witchcraft because a lot of people totally don't understand this. So if I am angry at you or you piss me off and I'm thinking bad thoughts about you, then I am sending energy to you that consists of that. So
Uh huh.
that's all included. And so when you have these people who create spells or who do magic or whatever, all they're doing is just creating more energy to send to you. If you walk around feeling vulnerable or if you feel like that can affect you, if you feel like maybe you deserve to be punished because you weren't a good boy or you did something crappy, if you have any mindset that makes it seem as if you believe in that or you can be affected by that or you can or you deserve it, you're automatically opening your energy to anything that is negative. And all it takes is one thing to go wrong to start a spiral and a cycle of more crap happening over and over and over again. And so the only way that you can shift and get away from that is by actually working on your own energy and starting to energetically protect yourself. You can do it through a ritual or you can do it through mind work, but you're going to have to make that shift. If you're going around disempowering yourself and believing that somebody else has that much control over you, you're giving up your power and you're going to be affected every single time someone thinks a negative thought about you. And so it really comes down to your personal power and how much of it you're giving away, which right now it seems like you really believe you've been cursed. So you're going to keep perpetuating that negative energy and you're going to keep drawing it to yourself. And it's like a black hole of darkness that you're pulling into yourself. And it's going to keep happening and happening and happening. And of course, when things like that happen, people can think, there's no way this is just actually accidentally happening. There's someone had to do something to me. No, it may have started with one thing and it just is perpetuating. And so you're pulling it in and pulling it in.
Hmm. Well, the other day I was actually talking to my mother-in-law about it, and I told her how I think it started is that pretty much since I was a kid, um, like my dad, as much as I love him a lot,
Mm-hmm.
he actually let us down a lot due to the fact of him hustling, being on the streets, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess me trying to have the kind of attention, like spend some of the like. I'm not saying he didn't, but sometimes he wasn't all there. You get me?
Yeah. But,
So
but you
so
know
my
what
brother
though?
found that whenever we were kind of hyped up about something, and he
Mm-hmm.
would let us down, and I guess it kind of
So
fed that negativity towards us.
So let me tell you what your curse is. Your curse is self-induced. You don't feel like you are worth anything. You don't feel like you're that important. You don't feel like you're lovable. You feel like you don't deserve to have a father. So you have all these beliefs that have been built in because of your experiences with your father. And so you've bought into it. So even though you may try to be a nice person, being nice isn't good enough if you're not nice to yourself in your brain, the way you talk to yourself or think about yourself. That's the change that needs to occur. The reason why is because my father never married my mother. She wanted him to have an abortion. She said no, but he went on and continued on with his family and his kids. So I never knew my father. He didn't show up on my seventh birthday when he promised he was going to show up and meet me for the very first time. My stepfather abused the shit out of me and like beat the hell out of me constantly. I was sexually, physically, emotionally abused. I was incessantly teased at school. And my mother was schizophrenic and completely lost her mind. So I can tell you that it's easy to build an entire life of curse around these events, but that's life. Those things
Hmm.
happen to you not because you deserve to be punished or hurt. Those things happen to you because your soul knew it was strong enough to go through these things and come out on the other side and do something useful with it. So
Yeah.
if you use those experiences as ammunition to reinforce your sense of your lack of self-worth and value, you will continue to suffer and continue to suck in more negativity into your life. But if you use it to turn yourself into someone that is above that and can overcome that, that changes everything for you. You need to make those changes. So I know you really want to buy into those ideas and those theories. No, it's not that. And as long as you think that, you're going to keep attracting more of it and more of it. And I know because I've been there and I've gone through the exact same process that I'm telling you you're going to have to go through right now.
Okay.
So here's how you work. Here's how you fix it. Because you're like, well, how do I fix it? This is how you fix it. There's a film you need to watch called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It came out in the mid 2000s. It will help you understand energy and how what you send out you get back, which is essentially the problem here. It's a basic way of understanding it. It's like it's an easy way of understanding it, but I would suggest you watch that with your mother because she might get a lot from it as well. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
Okay.
Okay. The second thing is I want you to spend time around people who don't think that life is awful or miserable. Because if you spend time around people who just say, man, life is shitty, man, or life is horrible, or I hate life, or something's always going wrong, they're just going to amplify and perpetuate that for you, and you're going to be like them. So you need to surround yourself with people who are dreamers or people who bust their asses and actually achieve goals. You need to change things up. This doesn't mean stop being friends with people. Just include more people into your life and bring new people into your life and watch that film. That'll help you shift some of your energy.
Okay.
What's that question?
There's also another thing.
Mm-hmm.
My sister, she had a daughter, and the daughter passed away due to some sicknesses she had.
Yeah.
I never had the chance to meet her. All my family did, menos yo. And I always stay, with that guy, and just to just to see her, to see who she is, to meet her, just hold her in my arms.
Mm-hmm.
And there's times where I ask my sister, is it okay if I were to, ask about her? But she thinks like in a way that it'll kind of disturb her peace.
Yeah. So they get really bored up there, so they have nothing else to do but to come and visit with us and see what we're up to. Because for them, we're a novella. Like we're their telenovela. They get a kick out of watching us, and they're like, "Ooh, look at how high she thought she could raise her leg while she's shaving," and then they make fun of us, right? So, was there a baby born after that girl? Her child? Was there a baby born after that?
Well, my mom just finished having a child not too long ago. I have a son who's a couple months as well.
Okay, because the baby that she lost came back into the family, and it's one of the newer babies. So one of the newer babies is the same soul. It couldn't get in with your sister, and it couldn't stay long enough, and it was a autoimmune issue that may have also caused issues with fluid around the heart with the baby for her. But I feel like the baby's soul said, I got to get back in because this family's juicy, and they'll give me the issues that I need. So the soul came back in, and it's been born as one of the kids that were born since that baby passed.
Do you know if
I think I want to say it's your mom's baby.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, we're all like all part of the same family group, so we tend to stick to the same groups of people on a soul level. And so it's just our way of trying to have experiences, because that soul is supposed to go through experiences within your family, and your family had the best recipe for it to have those experiences. So the soul is like, oh crap, I didn't make it. I got to come back in. So the baby, I feel, has actually been reborn.
Okay.
And she even had, your sister might have even had a dream where there was a baby, she was holding a new baby, or the baby was being held by someone else, but the baby's back.
I'll go ahead and ask her in a bit when I see her.
Yeah.
All right.
There's also a Carlos or Charlie name connection in spirit that's connected to y'all as well, who's also in spirit, who just FYI. So you might need to ask your mom, because there's a Carlos or a Carly or Charlie name there who's passed away, who may have been afraid of the families or involved with the family somehow.
It's a boy's name, right? It's not a girl's name?
I feel like it's a boy's name.
Okay.
Unless I'm misinterpreting it, but I'm feeling like it's a boy. It's a male, but it's an older male. This is not a baby. This is like an older male who passed away, that's connected to your family. So if you ask your mom, she might know who this Carlos is.
Okay.
He might have even had like a drug overdose or got in trouble with drugs, and she might have known him from back in the day.
I'll go ahead and ask her.
All right, my friend. Well, let me let you go because they're going to kill me, and you're monopolizing on my
one
time.
thing,
Spit it out.
For my wife, she's been asking about her dad. Her dad she's always having dreams of them. And
Yeah.
last time she had the chance to talk to you, but her phone was so slow she couldn't, and she stayed
Oh,
heartbroken.
yeah. Yeah.
So
So that's okay. Is she with you?
she
Get her
was
on.
just eardropping like real quick, and she took off. She's inside. Let me get her real quick because it's because she has dreams of him and she misses him a lot.
Yeah.
And
Don't tell
she's
me too
been,
much. Don't tell me too much. Let me see if I can tell her.
babe. Okay, sure. Hey, come here. Open up.
Hi,
Hey,
Ferny.
mama. Go
Hi.
outside because your video's freezing. Go outside for me. Where's she at?
There we go.
Oh, hey,
Okay. I was like,
Ferny.
give her the phone. Let her go. Okay. Hey, mama.
Hi,
All right.
I just have one question. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Is there any messages from my dad?
Yeah. So the first thing he's acknowledging, thank you, is the first thing he's acknowledging is he's doing this. Do you have a necklace that's connected to him? It would be a
No.
cross or a religious necklace.
We have his cross of his of
Got it.
the well something of his funeral stuff.
Okay,
So we
he's
have a
acknowledging a
cross.
cross. So it's either a cross necklace or a cross, but he's acknowledging that. He also keeps showing me the number 3. Do you know if March or the 3rd of a month is connected to him or to you?
My mom's birthday.
Okay, he might be wishing her happy birthday. So if we're around that time, that he might be wishing her happy birthday. He
Hmm.
also keeps acknowledging that he came through in a dream and he was trying to. I don't know if he tried to kiss you on the face or he was trying to get close to your face, but he says that that was him as well. He also says that you might have smelled him because there's a scent that you might pick up from time to time, and that's him coming through as well. He also keeps acknowledging the text. Did you write a text and then or start to write a text and then you didn't finish it or didn't send it?
Yes, I did.
He knows about that. So he knows what you were trying to do. So he's making reference to that as well. He also says that he loves you and that he's proud of you. And he also says, don't let the family make you crazy. You're not responsible for everybody. So if you think you got to take care of everybody or do this and do that, he's like, don't make yourself crazy. He's also showing me a picture of himself next to a black SUV or black truck. Is there a picture of him next to something like that?
Mm,
It's either a black or dark blue.
oh yes.
Okay. So he's
Yes.
acknowledging the picture. So he's making reference to that as well. He's also doing this. Did he have a habit of making muscles or what he's
Yes.
like? Okay, because he's doing that for you as well. So he's acknowledging that. He's with you, sweetheart. He's
Thank
with
you,
you.
Fernie.
You're welcome, Mama. All right, sweetheart.
Thank
Y'all
you
take
so
care.
much. We let you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
absolutely. You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, let's see what time. We're getting close to our time here, so let me see. We're already at the hour mark. Oh, it's not letting me. Oh, there it goes. Hey, Red Robin. Yeah, to tell you to come back to you, I do think that you're going to get something in association with your degree, but I also feel it's going to be in a different way than how you would apply the degree. For example, like let's say somebody went and they got a degree in psychology, right? So you could use that in different ways. Most people, they may either go and become a psychiatrist or they may go and become a counselor. But the way I would say is like it's not necessarily the traditional way. It would be like through research or data gathering. I feel like the way you're going to use your degree or the way you're going to use your education is through data gathering or some sort of research or like prepping information for others. So there's something like that that I feel is going to be associated with your degree. But yes, I do think you will find something that's connected to the degree. Let me go through some of these because I've done plenty of videos. Let me go through. Tashia, 1985. Any career changes in my future? Not at the moment. There might be a change in December or in January. So in about a year from now, a little bit less than a year. So about 10 months from now, there might be a change there. But it feels like it's either location change or it's a complete change to another job because it doesn't feel like you're going to be in the same place or you're going to be associated with the same location. If that makes any sense. K to the Lopez. Hey, Fernie, someone has been harassing my sister Angel and just wondering who it is. I feel like I want to think of a neighbor. I don't know if she has a weird neighbor that's been kind of hovering around her or if it's someone that lives like around where she lives. But I feel like it's someone that lives pretty close to her. So it feels like it would be like a neighbor or someone around her. Let's go over here. I feel like I'm like super drive right now. I'm like doing this. I feel like I'm trying to catch up to everything. Coco Bunny Nikki 1. Hello, Fernie. Do you see me doing well as a Reiki practitioner? Thank you. I'm going to give you some advice because I've been a Reiki practitioner, right? I think you will do fine. Here's what I'm going to say. The system that you learn, you can stick to that system like, I mean, you can stick to it, but the best way for you to really blossom, and I know from experience, is create your own system in the midst of using that system, meaning use that system as a way to trigger your energy, but don't base everything on that system because you're going to naturally feel a tendency to want to do some changes or do some things in a very natural way. It feels very natural and it may not go along with what they teach you in the Reiki system. For example, when I first started practicing Reiki, I would do, trigger the energy through the gestures of the signals, excuse me, the hand signals that we're supposed to do. I was doing that. But then after a while, I got really bored and I was like, I don't really care for this. Like, this is boring as hell. But I was like, I still wanted to help people. And so what I would do is instead I created a system, and you're welcome to use it, where I would sit at the top of the person, and then essentially I would honor that person's energy with love, and then I would also let God know, or let universe know, or source know that I was receptive and able to be used. When I first started doing Reiki, I tried to control the energy. Don't try to control it. Let yourself be used. It needs to do what it needs to do, and it's only a connection between that person and God. You're just acting as like the facilitator, has nothing to do with you. So take yourself completely out of it, but allow yourself to kind of channel that energy. What I used to do is I used to see the top of my head open up almost like a flower, and then I would pretend or imagine that the energy of God or source would swirl around me in this massive, like, swirling tornadic energy of love, and then it would start to spiral through me. As it would come through me, it would hit my heart center, and as soon as it would hit my heart, which is a representation of love, it would go out, and as it would go out, it would go out to my hands, and then also I would also create this envelope of energy around the person like a cocoon as well, and I just let myself go. As I started to do this, you may start to notice that you'll start to move or wobble very slowly like this, because I used to start, I'm like, why am I wobbling? But I would, and my energy would do this. It's just what's doing is, when you think of like one of those tuning forks, when you kind of tap the fork, it does this because it's reacting to the energy. That's why we wobble, because what's happening is the energy is surging through and it's creating this vibratory pattern there. So you just let it go through. As you're doing this, visualize it as best as you can. Like, visualize it, because that's part of the process that actually makes it work even better. And then visualize the energy going through that person and then enveloping them in love, and allow them to receive it, because they need to give you permission. And then as you do that, the energy is going to go almost like 1,000 million hands working around them and doing all kinds of stuff. And many times I would just sit in there just completely, sometimes I would black out in Reiki sessions. I would completely just go into like this weird mental state. And then I would come back to right before the session was over. And the client would say, like, I felt like you were working on my feet, but you were at my head. It was the weirdest. I didn't even open my eyes. Like, where is he? Because I feel stuff at my feet. I feel stuff here. I feel stuff there. And I was like, yeah, I was like, and not only that, people would affirm what I would see. So I would envision sometimes angels coming in and flapping their wings open, using their wings to gather more love, and then sending it through that person's body, working with me as we're all working on this person. And the person would say, I had I saw bright light in my eyes, or in my inner head. And then I kept thinking of angels. I'm like, yeah, because you were seeing what I was doing. I was triggering them to bring it, to come in and to work on you. So that's how you can do it. But if you do Reiki, create your system based off of the practice you've been taught. Also, mix Reiki sessions with readings, because I started off doing Reiki. Reiki was fine when I created my Reiki reading combo, where I would give them 30 minutes of a reading followed by 30 minutes of a Reiki session. That sold like hotcakes, and it really did well to build my business up. So just some business advice for you as well. Dreamer Morgie. Hi. Do you have time to connect to my best friend who passed away? Could really use his advice right about now. Yeah. So actually, I'll make this my last one. Let me see if I can bring you on. See if I can go online with you, because I feel like I need to talk to you through this. So let's see if I can bring you on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so nothing's happening. Nothing's happening, Morgan. Nothing's happening. Okay, so it's okay. He made a joke almost. It's funny because he made a joke. He almost said like, "Girl, you were." He's like, "You were a mess. You're a mess. I'm not met you. You've always been a mess. You're gonna keep being a mess." I just chuckled through. It's almost like he was making a joke about it, and he was like, "Don't take it so seriously," or he was like making reference like, "It is what it is. Don't let it over. Don't let it become too big of an issue, and then just go forward." He also keeps thinking he's showing me a relationship. So I don't know if you're dealing with some relationship stuff right now, but he's bringing up a relationship, or acknowledging a relationship or romantic thing. He's doing this. He's showing me the symbol for this and then this. Whenever I see that, it usually means one of two things: either someone getting married or getting engaged, then canceling or stopping and then trying again or making another attempt. So that's the way he's making reference there. So he might be acknowledging having to try again or give something a second try, is how I think he's trying to make reference to it. Okay. All right, guys, I think I'm done. So I love you all. I'm gonna be back in just a few moments because we've got a study group. We are doing our Course in Miracles study group. So I'll be